in my usual thoughts that overkill beats underkill, I have some cameras on my van. Now, some of these you've seen before. I have a camera here, a camera there, and I have a front-facing camera and a rear-facing camera. These are wireless. You see a wire here, but it's for power. It's not for signal. But these are great, and it allows me to see what's going on around the van at night. The only issue is from time to time you can get interference with these. So what I did decide to do, well, wasn't decided to do, I just ran out of things to do. I got a wired camera. You can see the wire coming from here, across here, and then this white hump covers a slightly smaller profile camera. That is wired. Now there are 3 of these. There's one in the front and they're all wired to power. The monitor is where the source for electricity is for all of these. So it is hardwired and wired into my my new patch panel, fuse block I've got in there. So going back around here to the other side, you'll see another white hump here, which is one. And I use this Eternal Bond tape because it does some level of camouflage. Up here, this is another one of the wireless cameras. These are the ones that I've got on either side and in the front and the back. I've actually got 2 cameras, if you can see through this window here. Because I don't have the, yeah, I can move it. I do have it open. These 2 are both, one's wired and one's unwired. Now I could have, well, it doesn't really make a sense. I didn't have a place to put the other one. I could have put it in the rear, but I'll show you the reason why I didn't do that, because it's another example of overkill. But basically now I have a way to see all the way around the van, and since it's wired, the worst I can get if the wireless one fails, and sometimes one or more of them will get interference or they'll come unplugged, but the wired ones are a little bit more reliable. In the back here, these are both wireless. One of them is devoted specifically for the function of the rear view camera. The other one is part of that combo you've got of the full coverage. So I just want to give you a quick look at this. Now the only issue with this is it looks a little bit obvious, so I might need to put a little bit more camo on here. I could put a white box around it, or I could drape it with Eternal Bond 2 so it blends in a little bit better. But one thing about having a van that stands out like a brass band, you're not suspicious, because people think, man, who's in that van with all the panels on it? They don't think, who's in that creeper white van? They think, who's that nut that's got all that on that van? So that's better than being considered a creeper. So I just want to give you a quick look at this. I've got some other things coming in over the next couple of days. Then I'll be putting this out, because I'm just about inches from going, and if not out on the road, out from my daily work. If this virus hadn't hit, and we're still in the middle of the pandemic, more than likely, though people are going to start going back to work, I look for it to get worse before it gets better, because I don't trust our government, specifically related to this. So I'm just going to just, well, I'm kitting this thing out fully now because of this. I've done some things inside. I'll show those on a different video, because this is going to be another one of those short videos. And I've got that other panel, you know, that 200 watt panel I've put on the front here. It's in a previous video, a couple of 3 back. You can see that. I've got another set of panels, but it's 300 watts. And why did I buy that? It's because it was available and I could afford it at the time. Anyway, I want to give you a quick rundown. That's my round the thing video system. It's actually 8 cameras. It's amazing. The reason I'm doing this overkill is I don't think the world was ever safe, but it may even be less safe now than it was before. And as I get out in the boondocks, and that's my future is to get away from the city and sort of not away from civilization, just somewhere where there's no HOAs, no COAs, and I can park my van. I can create a tiny house. I can do anything I want there for the duration of time before the urban spread brings its restrictive laws. All right, talk to you later.